Hopefully this isn't wonky, and hopefully you can see me and I've fixed the lighting. We're not sure. I had to change that. Thing, if that makes sense. So I am just going to do it in the order that I've written them down. There is no order in importance, but your first module is thinking psychologically. This is kind of your tutor module. You don't meet like as a large group, you meet with 9 other students and your tutor, and it's not necessarily academic, if that makes sense. You kind of learn how to university. You learn how to reference, how to write an essay, just general university related skills that you probably wouldn't know. And I'm not gonna lie, this module is kind of definitely very relaxed. It's much less intense than the other modules because you don't kind of have like pre-recorded lectures to watch. Like, you just turn up, talk for an hour, and then go, and that's it. This module, you have formative assignments which are not kind of graded in a sense. You either do it and you pass, or you don't do it and you fail. You just have to do these to get a grade, basically. If you don't do it, your grade gets capped at 40. And you have 3 of these. One of them is an evaluative learning exercise, which is very self-development, PSHE kind of thing. It's like, how am I going to improve? And then you have a reflective learning exercise at the end of the module. Oh, have I improved? That kind of thing. And then you have another formative thing, which is your essay. So in this module, you get marked in 2, like your grade comes from 2 main things. One of them being an essay. Your draft of that essay does not count your grade. It is just that you have to hand in your draft, and then you get feedback on it. And then eventually, like, you fix that feedback and you hand in your official essay. It's a 1,500 word essay on pretty much anything. Your tutor group kind of discuss a topic. We had groups doing dreams, psychopathy, nostalgia, self-esteem, COVID. You could really do it on anything you wanted. Like, your tutor would probably try and influence you to do something in their area of expertise because that's what they can help with. And that is worth 57.5% of your grade. So it's the biggest chunk of your grade from this module. And then you also have a group presentation. So as a group, you kind of write not the same essay, but a similar essay. And then you will have to do a presentation on it. Obviously, because of COVID, ours was online, but normally, like, they do proper conference presentations on these. And that is worth 40% of your grade. And then there is 2.5% of that left, which is on research credits. I'm going to talk about that at the end of all of the modules because you have to do them for all the modules. That is thinking psychologically. Quite an easy module. I liked it because there's the essay. The presentation is not so fun because it's group work, but it's definitely the easiest module, I would say. We have Intro to Psychology, or Introduction to Psychology. This is basically because you don't have to have studied psychology to do a degree in psychology. You could have just done maths, or health and social care, or biology. Some kind of sciencey thing is all you need to get in. So this is literally covering all the basics of psychology. You do 2 hours of this a week, and these are the topics you do. You do science of psychology, sensation, perception, memory, metacognition, social cognitions, attitudes, emotions, group processes, developmental, health psychology and clinical psychology. You obviously don't go into that much depth. In our module on memory, we did less than I did in the IB at memory. So yeah, if you already know this stuff, it really is easy to kind of do. Hardest bits are sensation and perception because they're biology and lots of weird kind of terminology. That module is okay. It's not really anyone's favourite module. If you haven't done psychology, it is helpful, but if you have done psychology, it's very repetitive. Maybe not so much if you did A-level psychology, but I know for me, doing the IB, it really was regurgitation apart from sensation and perception, like the rest of it I had done. So for Intro to Psych, you are assessed via posters. You do 2 posters. Your first one is worth 40%, your second one is worth 57.5%. You do them on a topic, so you kind of have like 2 sets of topic. Your first set of topics ends at metacognition, so you have to make a poster on one of those topics and you get a set of questions. So like I think we did a question on metacognitive efficacy over the developmental lifespan or something like that, and then our second one was on Phineas Gage for emotions and attitude. Kind of pick and choose within that. You do that in a group of 10 people. It's challenging because it's group work, but it doesn't take that long compared to other assignments. This is a quick kind of thing. However, I think this might just be because of COVID. I'm not too sure. I know that the module lead did like a mock exam with us that was an online multiple choice thing where you just kind of put the correct answer at the top, and if you got that right you got a point. And basically that, I think, is how it was assessed, but probably like an in-person one, like you go and just tick the boxes or something like that. I found that quite easy. I got significantly better marks in the online mock than I did in the actual poster, because when you do something on your own, you tend to get better grades than when you work in a group. My grades on my own are literally like up to 20% better than my grades in a group. Do with that what you will. And then your last 2.5% for Intro to Psych is again research credits. So moving on to literally the worst module. If you like maths, you still might not like this module. It is research methods and data analysis. So if you've done A-level psychology or IB psychology, it's your research methods section. It's your what's an experiment, how do you control variables, that kind of thing, but in more depth. But then it also does proper maths. You do variance, probability, t-tests, z-scores, stuff that isn't particularly fun. So you have 2 hours of lectures of that a week. It's like a 1-2 hour section, and you basically do kind of experimental researchy learning about that. Then you learn about maths, and then you learn how to do maths on a computer program called SPSS, which they'll teach you how to do and everything. For this, you have 4 formative assignments. They're just multiple choice questions. I think if you get below 10 marks, or if you fail 2 of them, then you get capped at 40% or something like that, but you can literally sit with your notes and answer them. They don't count for anything, but you do have to do them and kind of be good at them, or be good enough at them. Like no one cares what you get in them. They really don't. Some of the questions are very confusingly worded. Like even if you fully understood a topic, you might get a lot of questions wrong. But yeah, and then you have 2 assessments for research methods. You have a group task worth 30%, and actually this group task was tolerable. You basically have to kind of create a research proposal. So it's not assessing you on the math stuff, it's assessing you on the experimental designs, variable control, that kind of thing. And you work in a group of 4 or 5 people. You just type out a research proposal, hand that in, and you get a grade. Yeah, and then the other assessment I've not done yet, but you get 6. It's a computational maths and SPSS assessment, and it's worth 60%, so it's much bigger, but it's also easier in the sense that you are right or wrong, like objectively. So yeah, it's worth 60%. It's 6 questions, a mix of SPSS and probability kind of things, and it's just maths. It's like just seeing a maths GCSE paper again. So then we have the best module, everyone's favourite, psychology of attractiveness, which is psychology of relationships, that kind of thing. You have 2 hours a week of that. We had ours on a Friday, and it was a nice way to kind of end the week. And you study the need to belong, determinants of attraction, evolution of attraction, physical attractiveness, narcissism, cyber relationships, love, maintenance and dissolution, and then also the future of romantic relationships, which it's not as important as the other ones. So for this, you do a multiple choice questionnaire, multiple choice questions. You have 5 questions every week, like with each content. So for need to belong, there are 5 questions. You can attempt it as many times as you want, and you can sit with your notes out. And if you get all of the questions correct for all of the quizzes, you then get 5% of your grade just given to you for free, which is appreciated. And then for your final assessment, you do a big fat essay, as in it's worth 92% of your grade, 92.5%. It's all on you for this, which I like because it's individual work rather than being kind of dragged down by a group. So you watch a video and then you answer some questions about it in an essay, 1,500 words. Ours is online, so it's 48 hours. It's a relatively kind of easy task, but that is the best module, hands down, as a fact. I think it's everyone's favourite module. And then basically for each of these modules, as I mentioned, you have 2.5% of your grade comes from research credits. So the university has an online research participation kind of pool, and you just go on and answer questions. Like you do studies, you do calls, and you get a certain amount of credits corresponding to the amount of time you spent doing the study. So they get advertised as study A is worth 4 credits, study B is worth 40, and like you pick and choose which ones you want to do. And you need 96 for semester 1 and 108 or 106 for semester 2. They are very easy to get. It's been open for semester 2 for like less than a week, and I've got 70 credits. Like you really can easily get them done. And yeah, if you get all of the credits, you get your 2.5% in all of the modules, whereas if you get 95 credits, you get like a tiny percentage deduction from, I think, all of them. We don't really know if it's from all of them or from one module, as in you'd then get like, I don't know, 2.49%, something like that. And then we have another module which isn't really a module, it's academic support and employability. I think we met once, and like you just kind of get told to do things, as in we got an email being like, put your CV through a CV checker. You don't have to do anything for it, it's not assessed, it's just a module that exists that you kind of do without doing. Like that is pretty much it in terms of semester 1, modules, assessments, everything like that. I will probably make this video for semester 2 even if no one wants to see it, because it's the exact content that I was very desperately searching for, because I know that you can get the module guides like online and you can look at what the teachers said, but you also can't find out that much information about them. And like even if I haven't given a huge amount of information, you now know I've studied them, and like come to my Instagram, DM me and be like, tell me about thinking psychologically, and I'll be like, right, here we go, rather than you kind of having to go online and read them saying like, oh, it will help you develop your skills as a learner. That makes no sense. Yeah, I do think that's it. But yeah, you don't really do anything else in semester 1. I think semester 1's very chill. I definitely didn't do that much work. You don't really get set like homework tasks, and if you do, they're very easy. You have 6-7 contact hours a week, and then for each thing you kind of sometimes have a pre-task of watching videos, which is like an hour. So like for intro to psych, 1 hour of videos, psychology of attractiveness, an hour of videos, research methods, an hour of videos. Like it's around about that. I'm gonna say it was easy for me. I'm sure other people will disagree, but I found semester 1 very relaxing. It was nice to kind of have nothing to do whilst you were settling in. That is your summary of semester 1. I hope you enjoyed the video, if anyone actually watched it, because it's a very niche thing. I hate the word niche, but like it's not a general thing that anyone that wants to study psychology is going to look at, because you don't care what they're doing at Southampton if you're not applying to Southampton. But yeah, that is my kind of summary. That's all I have to say. It probably wasn't very beneficial. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it wasn't the worst. Thank you for watching. I hope it was tolerable. And if you are looking at Southampton to apply for Southampton, just, message me in the comments or on Instagram. I'll probably reply first. Yeah, thank you for watching.